The Elbis and Elbis Album Review Show.
Alright everyone, welcome back to the Elbis and Elbis Album Review Show. I'm joined here with Elbis.
Alright, pal.
Well, it's been a while since we've done one of these.
It really is.
But due to the request of the fan base, we've decided to do another one.
Well, I was sick of his company, but then the fans got in touch, and there's been a tremendous response. Hasn't he? To the last episode, though.
Oh, yes,
And it turns out they bummed the build boys.
They've been in touch. Let's just
been in touch. And we're looking forward to their reply.
Let's just say they've declared war of Elbis and Elbis, and quite frankly, it's the best news we've received all year.
We were built for war.
Oh, and they were built for bilge. Spoken, pal.
Yeah,
so yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these, and it must be said, pal, when we left the album review show, it was in a state of
disarray. Let's just.
I won't say bilge. It wasn't bilge, but it was.
Had become a chore rather than a pleasure.
Yes.
And we've decided now we're going to give it one last chance to resurrect it. And if these albums continue being bilge, then we're sick of music and we'll probably replace it with something else.
Well,
that's what we do.
Should we talk about the WL? Because there has been a little reshuffling to the WL.
There is some new features since your act of treachery that we spoke about. And as you know, there isn't a new titanium spatch.
Yes, there is, yes.
And we have this thing. Now,
I'm not sure what that is.
I'm not going to explain.
But it looks disgusting.
Oh, hang on then this. So there is quite a lot of new...
Oh.
God.
Oh, dear. Jesus.
Yeah, let's leave that alone.
Yeah.
But, you know, our Dukey is looking shabby. I have spent most of my time on Soupy, I must admit. But, you know, Dukey has a titanium spatch. So let's just move forwards with this. And to be honest, I think that they will be happy. They're getting some use.
Well, I'm pretty sure last time we did the WL, there is a new entry still to put on the WL, isn't there? I think so. There's one...
Yes,
I think there's just one.
And because we played that bilge cast earlier, I need to put the crap filter.
Yeah, put the crap filter. Jesus.
I'm sorry,
Jesus.
pal, but if you could think of a better way.
Well, as long as no
anyway,
bilge
that's the
through.
crap filter back on, so hopefully we will get a decent album.
And there will be no bilge on this WL. Now, if you like to shoot the new entry down the pipeline.
Now, can you remember how I do it, Pan? Because I have to turn this.
It's more for people the blueprints, though, isn't it? They need to
I must admit, I know you're still paying your £100 a month, and I am going to send you some blueprints soon. But there has
just
been
quite
a lot of advanced modifications, and half of you won't be capable. So I'm trying to simplify it. Anyway, build the pressure. That's it. And then
there we go.
Wait.
Come on.
There we
yes! Go. Oh, hang on.
Wait.
There it is. Wait for the light bulb. Yes!
Yes.
There it is. That sounded quite good, that. What the bloody hell was that?
I don't know, but let's just ignore it. And
just what that was that was just some fans outside the Elbis and Elbis studio.
Well,
they're always shouting
to get him in without the fans knowing.
Well, I mean, all they do is just shout stuff in the window because they just bloody love Elbis and Elbis and all that. Listen, fans, let's get on with it if you don't mind. Anyway, let's crack on. Well, I think we've fed the entry down the pipeline, and I think it's time to get my big bulging binoculars out.
Oh God, I haven't seen these for a while.
Honestly.
Oh God.
Listen, you need to know something, and that's that.
God.
I went to the doctors about my big bulging binoculars, and I've been on some medication, and my big bulging binoculars are somewhat reduced in size.
Let's chat and let's have a look.
I'll just get them on.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Well, they're roughly about the same size as last to put on the table.
Well, they're a little bit smaller. They don't hurt as much.
Yeah, well, they do look more freely swinging.
Right, okay, let's tune them in.
And the sack is not quite as saggy.
No, it isn't. It is more of a...
See what I mean? Well, anyway, tune them in and see what you can see.
More of a... Oh, yes.
Don't enjoy it too much.
Yes. It's more of a solid...
No, come on, you're enjoying it too much
solid
now. We've got business here.
More than a saggy sack. It's more of a solid...
It's a much tighter sack, I must say.
Solid sack of... Anyway, we're tuned in. So, well, I've tuned my big bulgy binoculars in, so I guess I'll just read some of the entries on the WL. Well, on the WL today we have... Let's Set Free by Led Zeppelin.
A partially eponymous album.
Purple Rain by Prince.
A Regal entry.
Night at the Opera by Queen.
The maternal mother of the Regal entry, Prius. Oh God, I forgot about this.
Next.
I bloody hope it's that comes out.
By the Who.
Oh God, honestly.
Sound effects by the Jam.
Oh well, it could be interesting.
And the new entry on the wheel is American Pie by Don McLean.
Oh my God.
Well, it's interesting. That
Well, it's interesting because
and
I've
it's
never
an
heard it.
Well,
But it does prove the
you've heard the
crap
song though, haven't you?
filter
You've heard the song.
is tightly fitted once
yes,
again.
yes. All I know is if this album is based off that song,
Yes.
it must be decent.
Well,
So-
anyway, why don't you go for your walk, pal?
Yeah, I'll go for. Oh, hang on a minute. We had an Elvis predicts.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Well-
Well, listen, I think it was about 3-3, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
should we
it was.
start
it was
0-0
the time.
again.
Yeah, let's just start 0-0. It's a
All
new.
right.
It's a new album review.
Well,
I'll probably just go.
no,
for it.
hang on a minute. To regular fans, 'twill be no surprise. Who doth go fog? It's Elvis the Wise.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm hoping that it's Who's Next by The Who. Just to get rid of it, 'cause I'm sick of it.
Interesting.
It's not really a prediction.
Well, no. I had an astral prediction, and unfortunately, the wheel malfunctioned before the time of recording.
God.
It's made me think.
Well, it hasn't been
twice
used for a
about
while, has it?
Yeah, it's made me think twice about my astral prediction.
Seriously.
But anyway, I'm gonna still go with. I'm gonna go with Night at the Opera by Queen.
Interesting.
Well, the only way we'll find out, pal, is if I take my walk to the wheel.
Go for your little walk.
Well, alright, we're back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Well, we've been through the album review names, we've done the Elvis predictions. Well, the only thing to do is fire up those petaflops. Come on,
Yes.
come on.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Ooh!
Ooh!
Intense.
Wow.
Why don't you come back to the recording area?
Well, Johnny Elvis back in the recording area. Well, alright, I'm back.
Well,
Interesting.
as you can probably hear, fans, nobody won that one, and that's because...
And what you're thinking is, you're thinking, what's Elvis and Elbis doing right now? They're making quite a few sound effects. Well, that's because the album is Sound Effects.
by the gym.
Well, the Jam.
Oh, the
That's
Jam.
what I call it. Well, interesting. Interesting, anyway.
It is interesting.
I don't know what the bloody hell you doing.
Oh, God!
You're on a joke, Jesus.
Jokey going.
You sat there like, oh, you make me feel sick
pal, this
sometimes.
is just going to take me a minute.
Just a lazy.
Yeah.
Get.
Well, why don't you give them the news?
Well, the news. Forgot about the news. Well, actually, we have got some incredible news for you. And the news is...
Keep them talking, pal.
we'll do. Elvis and Elbis have got some groundbreaking news. Now, I know you're all desperate to hear it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Jokes.
Jesus Christ, hurry up. I'm going to go ahead and say it. And that is that...
It's sound affects, not sound effects. Interesting.
Well, you just crack on with this bloody album.
Oh, yeah,
Get
yeah,
the
sorry,
album.
pal, yeah. Keep
Jesus
talking.
Christ.
Hang
I
on,
thought he was
just
a
go.
Lexa file.
Well,
Oh, here we go.
yes.
Yes. So, as you're looking at the album track list on Dukey's LED, or is it LCD?
it's LCD.
I thought it was LCD. Sorry, Jukes. As you're looking at it on the LCD,
Yes.
is there anything to say about the track listing as regards to how many songs are on the album? Does it look...
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 songs, so it's quite long in songs.
So is it,
Let's see if
it's,
it's long in
it's
length.
fairly average in songs, but let's see if it's long.
Oh, it's not long in length, it's only 35 minutes.
Well,
So
the
it's
other question
short
I've
in
got
length.
for you is, pal,
Yes.
is that we know that the album is not eponymous.
That's correct.
However, is it an eponymous song?
I'm sorry, pal, it's not.
No, that's a shame.
But it is interesting. And
Well,
I'll tell you why it's interesting. Because Liam Gallagher, a personal friend of the Elvis and Elbis
yes,
podcast,
he is. Yes.
sent us some jumpers the other week.
And a parker for me.
And a parker. Hey, did it? Oh,
Well,
But what make were there? Can you remember?
well, I believe there was Pretty Green.
Come on, Jokes. Sound enhancement, please. Oh,
Oh, no.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on.
Oh, God.
Hang on. Oh, just.
Where
Well,
are
that
we?
was
Hang on.
Pretty Green by The Jam. And I'll be honest with you, pal. In a way, you could say it's a good thing because.
Oh my God,
What the
Jukes!
What's going on?
Oh no.
They're hacking us!
Oh my God.
We've been hacked!
Right, there's something.
Juke has been hacked by the overly bilge.
Oh my God.
The overly bilge. Right. Right, one sec, people. We'll be back in a sec. Well.
Sorry about that, fans.
I'm absolutely astounded. I really am. I don't know what's
It
just
has
happened.
been known for quite some time that in the 2 billion lines of Fortran code I used to program Juki, I did leave their back door open. And if anyone is going to find an open back door, it is the Overly Bilge podcast. And for some reason, I think they may have hacked us.
I'm pretty sure we've just
don't
been
worry,
hacked.
pal. I have tightened the back passage now.
And I'll tell you what though, just if the overly bilge cast are listening, and they probably are, because they're probably wishing they was us. The thing is, they want to know how to do a proper podcast, and that's why they're listening to us. Well, if you're listening to this, you've just made this personal.
Yes.
You've just made this
By hacking
another
us, just,
level.
yeah,
just
yeah,
hacking
yeah.
Juki then in front of in front of all the fans while we're doing an album review. You took it to another level, and I tell you,
he's going to exploit Juki's back passage, gaping open as it is. It's going to be me.
Only Elbis the Wise does
possibly Elbis the Impetuous.
well, I don't usually like going down there, do I?
Well, I know, but sometimes you.
If the spatch is clean, then I might.
Well, it's titanium
Be on
now,
the
pal,
scene.
so I
Oh,
titanium.
the spatch is clean. I'll be
Anyway,
on the
what about
scene.
this song, Pretty Green?
Well, it was an interesting song for me, that actually, because I thought, at first I thought, well, this is quite a jolly jit.
But I've got a pocket full of Pretty Green.
Well,
What can that mean?
well, first of all, I'd like to say it was a catchy compilation more than
It
a
was
jolly
catchy
jit.
compilation.
And the thing is,
Incredible, creative composition.
and that is well spoken, pal,
Thank
and
you,
you've summed
pal,
it up to a
yes,
par.
yeah.
And for me, it made me think, hang on a minute, what's going on here? And I was thinking more about the song, and I thought, that hard that I completely forgot the song was even about to end. So then me and Elbis the Wise scampered to the recording area because we like to go for a walk while it plays. And then we click record, and it turns out we'd been hacked by the overly bilge bum the bilge.
Yes.
And the thing is,
it turns out that the sound of a good song is when you let your defences down
Yes,
and
yes,
leave a back
yes,
passage
yes.
open, and there's always a chance that someone can slip in.
and
But,
that's the thing. So
you
go
know,
careful,
it was a good
everyone.
song. It was a good
That's
song.
what I'm saying.
Yes.
All we're saying is, go careful. Now, what I think about this song is, as you say, pal, as you spoke about the Pretty Green.
Yeah, that's
I've got a
interesting,
pocket of
isn't it?
Pretty Green. What could that mean?
Still illegal in this country, pal.
Well,
But I have some friends
I'm pretty sure
in
that
California, and it is perfectly legal there. And some would say it is medicinal.
Well, I would actually say I've heard that as well. But the thing is, well, I mean, they've got to be talking about the old Mary Jane, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yes,
That's what
I do
the-
now. Yes,
people on
you
the
know
streets
that.
call it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for a song about an illegal substance, I would say it was a good
Not
song.
bad. I mean, I prefer
I'd say it was a good
Sorted
song.
for Ease and Whiz by...
Yeah, it's not the best
Well,
song ever about substances. However, I'd give it a pass. And if I was using the classic Elbis and Elbis system of turn it up, turn it off,
That's true,
or
yeah,
put
yeah,
pulp
yeah,
on,
yeah.
I would keep it the same. I think I'd keep it the same.
I'd keep it the same.
I'd keep it the same.
Reasonable start, though.
Yeah, it's a
Now,
reasonable
the next one is called Monday.
Ooh.
Sounds like Nirvana.
Does in a way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, that was Monday by The Jam. And for me, it was an interesting song, that.
I would describe it as a cross between Nirvana, The Kinks, and David Bowie.
Oh, that's, you know what? I think you've summed it up.
Yeah,
so well there,
yeah,
pal. I
yeah,
really
yeah,
do. I
yeah,
think that's a perfect comparison.
Yes.
It's a conclusive, cohesive comparison
Mm.
compared cohesively.
And creditably.
Yes.
Now,
I
like Monday
Whoa.
as a day, it is not my favourite day, but I don't mind it because I get a bit of work done. And I would say that song affects me, affects me.
I actually
in
enjoyed
the
it.
same way.
I enjoyed that song. I thought it was a catchy song, and for some reason the vocal arrangement
Yes.
made it sound. It's an interesting sound that they make because they sort of mix rock with
It was conclusive, concoctive, and comprehensive.
I think you've summed it up.
Really,
I think if I was using the old-fashioned Elbis and Elbis system of 10 up, 10 off,
yes.
or keep the same, or put pulp on, I'd probably
probably put pulp on, but for me, it's
Come
to
on,
keep the same.
come on.
I mean, it depends. If I was in the back of the car,
You know what? I'm going to turn that off.
and
I'm
you were
gonna turn that off.
driving down the M6
Well.
to a little suburban area, which you would have no problems with that.
I wouldn't have
suburban area.
No, I wouldn't.
But if I was in the back of a car with an entity, then I would not be offended by it, and I'd be too busy with the entity.
Well,
If you see what I'm saying.
yeah.
But
Anyway, what was we on about? Oh yeah, Monday. Well, for me, that song was a decent. It was a. It wasn't a jolly jip, but it was.
But
I don't know what it was. It was just a good song for me. That, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna turn up that one.
what it is for me is that now I'm practically married to Monkey, as you know.
Well,
And my days of being in the back of a car with an entity are long behind me, and the reason for that is, but I'm different now.
What?
Yeah, sorry, makes sense. It was yeah.
Well, that was "But I'm Different Now," and for me, it was a short song, but it sounded similar to a Sex
Short,
Pistols
sharp
song.
stab in the stomach. I would
Yes,
say.
yes, I'd say that.
Enjoyable.
Mm.
Well, not that it's stabbing the stomach is, but
Well.
effective, if you see what I'm saying.
It's enjoyable in the way a stab in the stomach would sort of make you feel, well, what's going on here? Do you know what I
had
mean?
lost all feeling below your neck,
Yes.
and you were pleased to just feel something.
And you just had a bit of like,
suppose.
what's it
Yes.
called? It's like a rush of adrenaline in a way.
Yes.
And you just think, oh, what's going on? And that's what that song made me think, what's going on? Now, it sounded a little bit punky, but also not that punky as well.
Post-punk, I believe it was
It was
called.
sort of like a pop
It was a
post-punk
puppy post-punk production,
of a performance.
potentially.
Well spoken, pal. And the thing is, though, just going back to the old-fashioned Elbis and Elbis system,
Yes.
would I, if I was in the car and I was driving down the M6 with all my windows down, I had a couple of entities in the back.
Well, with me.
Yeah, you be in the front with handcuffs on.
How about Dave?
You be in the police car.
Dave, you know what I'm saying.
David! Ah! Oh, well. Anyway. What was he on about?
I don't know, pal.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's not a bad song.
Yeah, move on. I think.
I'd keep it about the same.
Yeah, I think keep it
Yeah,
same.
I
Keep
would,
it same.
Now, just a minute, keep me talking about because I'm thinking about being elbowed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go.
Elbow deep in
Oh,
David, you
now,
said.
I've
I don't know who
heard
that is, but.
this, and it's quite funny actually, but I'll tell you about that later. It's called Boy About Tune, as Baggers would say.
You would say that.
I don't know.
Well, that was Be About Tune. And it was a absolutely brilliant song for me, that.
It really was, and it reminds me of when I was a boy about town
let's
back
just
in
move
1997.
on. Listen, I think that song was perfectly
And I was
linked.
working at a little place you may have heard of called the Savoy Hotel. Not the London one,
Savoy
the one
Hotel.
in Kingston upon Brilliant.
Jesus Christ.
And anyway, I met this bloke, he come to the bar and he was like, oh God, have you ever heard of the Jam? And I said, yeah, I have a bit. Why, do you like them? He says, oh yeah, there's F all wrong with them, he said. And then another
Well,
time,
he sounds.
he come and he goes, oh, well, do you want to go to this gig to see this band, which is like the Jam? So I did, and I remember, and they sang that song, Fog. And I was like, oh yeah, these are quite good. Anyway, he went home that night, and guess what he did?
What?
He peed on his baby.
Well.
Now that's an anecdote. Bum the Bilge boys.
Yes, yeah, take note.
Yes.
So once you've got stories like that,
Yes.
then maybe tell some anecdotes. But
Precise and
until
unknown.
now, shut your mouths.
Yes.
Anyway, what was
Good
it
song.
about? Yeah,
and
great
I tell
song.
you what, another
Great
short,
song.
sharp stomach punch or stab, however we like to say it.
I think that song was 1 minute 57 in total.
It was, and I
And
appreciate that.
yes, I
You
do
know what I
too.
mean?
Because like the Jam are basically here saying, look, we're not here to stay around for a while. Let's just play a few tunes. You just like listen along, and we can get this done, and we can be out here in half an hour. Do you know what I mean? And to me, I
yes,
appreciate that.
but-
And so far, all the way through, there's been an identity. And now I've always said it takes something. I forgot what I always say.
There is
But
a-
basically, you've got an identity, and I quite like this album.
There is a problem.
What's going on?
That song was actually
Oh,
number 10. Juki I forgot to take the randomizer chip out of Jukes, and I do apologise, fans. Well, I've not done this for a long time.
You know what?
And Jukes has just played a random song, but
This
it
is
is
why-
at least on
This
this
is
album.
why I
Yeah,
further my
I know,
career
I
by
know,
moving away
I
from
know,
this
I know.
buffoon.
Yes.
Please.
Well, the next song was supposedly Set the House Ablaze, so we'll play that next, and then what we'll do is we'll skip that towards the end. I know it ruins the entire
You've ruined
thing.
the entire.
Yeah.
You've ruined the entire thing. You've ruined the entire order of it. What's this song called?
Set the House Ablaze.
Well, that was Set the House on.
Ooh.
Oh, hang on! Oh, come on!
Hey, don't mind this one. Hang
good
on,
song.
hang on. There we go, yes.
Anyway, what was that called? Setting the House on Fire.
Ablaze. Setting the House Ablaze.
Setting the House ablaze.
Yes.
And,
I would say it was like a prototype for A Town Called Malice.
no.
Oh,
For
no,
going
it wasn't.
underground.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And the thing is, Elvis has just completely taken my point that I made during the
Yeah, still.
listening
I
of the
thought
song.
the same.
Tried to take credit of it and got it
I
wrong.
don't have a
And the
copyright
thing is,
on points.
what I think is, you can sort of see the identity of the jam is like they're starting to.
It's almost like they did
starting
that
to
one and
put
thought we could do it a
together.
little bit better and then turn
Yeah,
it
yeah,
into going
and they're starting to
underground.
put together what they want to do, you know, in the future and stuff like that in this album. So I think it's interesting in a
Now,
way.
is this the first album?
It is the first album. It's the
Wow.
debut album, I think.
Well,
And for me, it's been sort of okay so far. For me.
it's been alright. It's not been
Um,
bilge, that's for sure.
It just I feel like
Definitely not
this
bilge.
next one needs to be like a romper stomper, like something completely different to what we've heard so far.
It does, it really does. And keen-eared fans probably know what's coming next because of old Juki's slip.
well.
Now, the titanium is rust-proof. However, I do feel a bit of rust is required to stop the slip. If you see what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Anyway,
What's the song called then?
Star. Oh yes,
Great
this reminds me of 1997.
Well, that was Start by
I
the
find
Jam.
it interesting that a song called Start stops so significantly. 'Cause it
Well,
just
for
play
me,
1 minute and then it just stops, and that's why you didn't hear the end of it.
It's
fans.
interesting how a song called Start could start my likeness for an album, if you know what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes,
Because
yes,
now I'm
yes,
starting to enjoy this album a lot more now, and that song especially just kicked it up a little bit and just stepped up a notch. And due to a slip from Juki, I've got a slight inkling as to what I know is next, and if that is confirmed, I can say that these next two songs are pretty good.
Now, if I was in the back of the car with two entities,
What's the next song?
as you're driving down the M6,
Come on.
and I was getting busy, let's just
Jesus
say,
Christ.
I would actually stop and say,
And start again?
well, I would start again, yeah, but I'd say, turn this up, pal.
Well, actually, yeah, I'd turn it up as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, even
yeah,
though
I'd
it's,
definitely turn it up. Well, you wouldn't be anywhere near anyone anyway.
Well, the
Because
thing
of
is,
legal reasons.
what I would enjoy
But-
about that the most is that's entertainment.
Well, That's Entertainment by The Jam.
Well, the first thing I'd like to say about that song is the title consists of 2.5 words, because that is like that is. Yes. And they are 2.5 words that no one would ever say after listening to the Overly Sociable podcast.
Well.
Because that is not entertainment.
If entertainment was
Hey.
replaced with bilge
Yes,
and
yes,
probably
yes.
a bunda in there somewhere,
Well,
let's just
yeah.
say, then that would be accurate. But for
Correct,
me,
my
that
God,
song is the opposite to the Bunda Bilge cast.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely brilliant. And
It's
for
entertained
me, it's a highlight of the album for me, and probably the highlight, in fact.
It was one of the
And let's
highlights
just
of
say-
1980.
Something.
Yes.
For me, it's almost like an underrated song though as well, because a lot of people seem to forget about that song, and it's a great show.
It's not overplayed on the.
No, it's not.
wireless,
It's not.
Is it?
But
really?
it's known enough to be
Yes, that's right,
mainstream,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, but you
But-
don't get sick of it like you
No,
do
you
with
don't.
something like, let's say,
Town Call.
Dire
Well.
Straits. Do you know what I mean? Oh God. Pal.
Oh Jesus! Wow, that's instant.
It is instant.
That's instant. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Have we done a pharmaceutical deal yet?
Well, we've got a few emails. Anyway, what's been going? Oh yeah. What was that? Oh yeah, that's entertainment for me. A perfectly performed piece of poetry.
Professionally
Two lovers kissing
produced.
amongst the screams of midnight. Two lovers kissing. Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah.
Two lovers missing the tranquility of solitude. Now that is great
It's
lyrics.
good lyrics.
Good
that,
lyrics.
yeah.
That. And it's yeah, he's a master of lyrics.
Now, the next song is something which I don't know the song, but I feel as if it's something that's going to really relate to us because it's almost astral in its title.
Oh, what's the song?
It's the time I enjoy most, pal. Dreamtime.
Well,
Oh, God, they've got 8 seconds of arrogance.
Jesus.
Ah.
Just been listening to Elbis and Elbis. That was the. That was the Dreamtime. It was Dreamtime
yes.
by The Jam, and for me, it was a song that was. It was a punky performance, but performed proficiently for me.
Actually, it wasn't what I expected. When I am in
There's
the
a lot of talks of
Dreamtime-
supermarkets, which I found interesting.
Yes, interesting, and especially when you know the name of the next shop. Oh, no, next song. Sorry, I'm giving that away. But,
Completely giving that away.
Paul Weller is obviously obsessed with retail.
Yes.
That is quite obvious from this layout of the song.
And I don't know
and
whether
the
it's-
subject matter.
yeah.
Now,
I'm worried it's a desperate attempt in trying to get a brand deal with Asda or something, and he's trying to get free shopping. So, Paul, if you're doing that, I don't respect it, but if not, then it just comes across like that, pal, so sort it out. But
now, remember, this is the early 80s.
Well,
the
yeah,
supermarkets were not as prevalent as they are now.
I suppose.
And so I almost feel as if he'd run out of ideas and he was trying to put an album together and he needed a couple more songs and he went out in the morning and he went to the supermarket and he thought, oh, I've got just about everything I need from one place, but there's one thing I ain't got, a cabbage. And guess who we got it off?
Oh.
The man at the corner shop.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. That was Man in the Corner Shop. And quite frankly, if I was the man in the corner shop, I'd shut down the shop and probably just...
Submit to the supermarket.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Yes.
And just get a job stashing trolleys somewhere.
The thing is, I've decided now, I think that listening to several songs by the same singer
Yes.
is somewhat
Stupid.
exactamundo.
And the thing
that's
is-
why I don't like albums anymore.
I've decided albums are ridiculous. I mean, what is the point? It's just like we've heard the same thing
Absolutely.
55 times. No, I'm not saying that this is a bad album, but well, it's
And
just
what
like,
time is
what's
your
going on?
Super Saver bus ticket back to Manchester? Because I'm getting a bit sicky or
Well,
as well.
get stuffed.
You know what I'm saying?
Super sieve.
I mean, you aren't supposed to be here this long.
I'll be
When you
going
drop on
first
me,
class.
fans.
First class on the train.
First class on the Super Saver.
Getting
Oh my god.
First
That's the
class,
most hilarious
right on the
thing I've
train.
ever read. Good.
I'll be getting served champagne.
God. Well, you're going to get
Also,
free buses
you're
to get
stuck
to
here
station,
on your toad.
honestly.
Sitting in your
I'll
own
be
filth.
pleased. I'll be pleased, pal.
Sitting in your own
I tell you,
filth.
yeah, get stuff and clean your filth after
Get
being here.
stuck. Listen,
Honestly.
pal, let's not get too mad at each other,
Well,
because at the end of the day, this all
yes.
started when the Bum the Bilge cast hacked the
It
Juki.
did, yeah.
And the
that's
thing
right,
is,
yes,
it's
yes.
their fault, fans.
It really
It's all their
is.
fault.
Yeah.
So don't hate on Elbis and Elbis. Go and send them here.
Yes,
Over at bloody
yes.
shocking radio, whatever it's called. The thing is, they hacked us, and it's just completely took us off the rails. And I frankly can't bother to do this anymore. I'm
We're
sick of
getting
it.
sick of album reviews now, and the thing is,
so just stop asking for them.
I would describe this as music for the last couple of podcast reviews.
Yeah.
Well, it's music for the last couple. That's what it's called. And we're going to skip the next one because Juki messed up.
Oh god. Oh, is it even working? What's going on?
Yeah, so it's working, pal. It's just not very satisfactory.
Well, quite frankly, I don't know what's just gone on, but whether Juki's been hacked or something, but anyway.
No, it's still going, pal.
Juki.
Yeah, you better press the
Well, that was like 9 seconds of arrogance.
Oh my god. Fans were there.
Well, music for the
Wow.
last couple, and there wasn't much music really since it's the last couple of songs in the album.
Well, it was Bilge. It went on for 57 seconds with hardly any music whatsoever.
So to me, that's
Which
nearly a
annoyed me.
minute of arrogance. Now,
Yes.
Elbis and Elbis, like 9 seconds of arrogance. But that's just enough.
No, well, 8
Just
seconds of
enough.
arrogance is our
Sorry,
limit,
8
actually.
seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was 9. But anyway, carry on. What was going on?
Well, we're getting sick of these album reviews. We're sick of albums.
can't be bothered anymore with
There's a few on that wheel I won't mind listening to. Like the All American Pie, by Popple Run by the Prawns, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm just sick of the way these come out. So, in any case, fans, as soon as he gets his Super Save bus ticket, he's going home and he's not coming back.
Put the next song on.
Right, pal.
Listen,
I think it. Oh, hang on a minute.
Quite frankly, I feel like my life's gone in full circle. I left for Manchester and I thought, that's it, I've left all this crap behind, I've left you behind, I've left it all behind, and I'm going to start my new career and it's going to prosper.
Well, do you know what annoys me even more than that?
Just 3 months
Is that
in.
last song was the
Honest.
Prep and Ultimate, and I forgot to say it.
No, because you put the wrong one on last, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, thank God then.
This
Is the last one,
Oh,
and
thank
it's
God.
called Scrape Away. Scrape Away the Remnants of a once great album review show.
This is the fans that did this.
It is.
Harder. Need to hit it harder. Harder again. One more.
No, hang on. Whoa, hang on.
Oh.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
there we go. That was all Oh, no, what was it called?
I don't know.
Listen, I can't remember what that song was called, but it was
Yeah.
bilge. And the thing is, this album could have
Promising
been
in
decent.
parts,
Could have been decent.
particularly
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of
pathetic
it.
post-production.
And you've summed it up to a par. Pal.
Yeah,
You really have. And the thing is, it's like, oh God, people say, oh, it's Elbis and Elbis, they just can't be bothered anymore. And the reason why we can't be bothered is because you keep sending these bilge albums.
That's true.
it's your
Listen,
fault.
fans, this
Your
is the end of the Elbis and Elbis album.
We
review
can't be
show.
bothered anymore.
We're sick
I hope
of
you've enjoyed it.
Completely sick of it. And do you know what
It
I'm gonna
was
do?
a great show. As
For
now
a kind
perished.
of symbolic symposium, I'm going to get Dukes to shred the wheel list.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's the end
For
of that.
me, I just think what once was a great show has now perished, and in a way, it's a good message to the fans.
I think what
Nothing
it
good
was
lasts forever.
is, I think that we covered most albums to a satisfactory thing. It's run out of battery now. I'll finish that off manually there.
That's fine.
But you see, the thing is, fans, there are no good albums out there. You can't listen to the same artist for 12 songs because you get sick of them. There was 1 or 2 where we liked it, weren't they? In reflection. So it turns out that the greatest album of all time is probably like ELO, Discovery,
Battle
that
of
was
Hell,
good.
something.
Battle of Hell by Meat Left. And
Bridge.
Bridge, no, well, yeah, yes, it was very good. And,
Different class.
and what about
And
that
that
one by Roxy Music?
For your pleasure. Well, I think the
So
best
that's
album
it,
ever.
fans,
I
that's
think we've actually found that the best album ever is probably Different Class by Pulp.
It probably
Which
is.
was the first ever review
Actually,
album
yeah.
we did. So
So we might as well have
save your
not done
songs.
any of this.
Yeah, to be fair, this
Just
was
listen to
pointless.
Episode number Fog, and then
Yeah,
that's it.
this was all pointless.
Yeah.
We've done like 50 episodes or something.
Yeah.
It was all pointless. Just listen to the first one.
He's got his Super Saver ticket in 15 minutes.
stuck.
So
I'm going via helicopter.
whatever.
Because
Oh my
I
God.
lived a hard
What
life,
a champion.
and you don't know.
In any case.
All you'll be doing is sat here
Good
watching bloody
I got him trying my
1970s
trousers
TV.
on earlier, fans.
1970s
There was
TV.
nowhere near going to fit.
Oh,
but,
well, no. Why would I get into
Honestly.
such a dwarf's trousers?
Well, yeah, because
That's
you're desperate.
ridiculous.
You was going to wear them as
Ridiculous.
shorts
Oh,
in
get
summer.
st-
In any case,
You're the only person with a pair of jorts, aren't you?
listen, fans, and listen to those Bilge boys. There may be more.
Listen,
but it
the
will not
Bund
be
of
in the
Bilge
form
lot,
of an
they've
album
done my
review.
head in today. They've really won me
Yeah,
up.
they have.
They've hacked us during this
They've
album
hacked
review,
us.
and they've
They've
spoilt the
hacked
full
us.
thing.
Yeah.
So it's their fault. But their lot, right, them lot, they will probably see this as a weakness. And I dare them to see it as a weakness.
Yeah.
Because they sort of think
They
this is
wanna
Elvis
come at
and Elvis
us.
falling
They
down.
come at us because they're going down.
We're only getting
downtown.
stronger.
That's
As
it.
we say, it's a bold move. We've done 50 bloody album reviews or whatever we've done. 55, something like that. And for us to just say, actually, we're not doing any more, it's bringing us down, cut them
Because
off.
if you get sick of something,
Just cut 'em
stop
off.
it.
Yeah.
We've got a million other strings to our bows.
Oh, bloody hell.
I mean-
We've got so many talents, we can just do anything. And that's what you all need to realise.
Yeah.
So stop nagging us for stuff
Yeah.
and never talk to us again
That's
about
it.
album reviews.
Yeah. See you later, fans. Oh, God.
Oh,
God, stab
one sec.
Juki in there.
Hang on. Wait there. Is that what we're doing?
The
Oh, hang on.
Elbis Album Review Show.
See you in a bit, fans.